Good morning, students. Om Namah Shivaya, Standard 8 Science, Chapter 2 Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. What is foe? That is enemy. Microorganisms, friend and foe. Foe, that is your enemy, and friend, that is your friend. You already know that. You have seen several kinds of plants and animals. However, there are other living organisms around us which we normally cannot see. So, what is microorganism? That you first need to know. The organism which normally you cannot see. These are called microorganisms or microbes. Either you also can say that the organisms for which to see we need a microscope, that are called microorganism or microbes. For example, you might have observed that during the rainy season, moist bread get spoilt and its surface get covered with grayish white patches. Nowadays monsoon season is going on. So you can see that if bread is kept in some moist place or in a closed box, so that after 1 or 2 days we get grayish white patches on it. Observe these patches through a magnifying glass. Take a magnifying glass and look at these patches carefully. You will see tiny black rounded structure. Do you know what this structure are and where do this come from? This black rounded structure, from where it comes? Do you know that? That we'll see in this chapter. So topic start, microorganisms. Activity 2.1, that is collect some moist soil from the field in a beaker and add water to it. After the soil particles have settled down, observe a drop of water from the beaker under a microscope. What do you see? Take some moist soil from the field, have it in the beaker, add some water in it, mix it very well, then let it settle for some time. Soil particles settle down and we will have some dirty like water upwards. Take 1 or 2 drop and observe under microscope. Another activity, take a few drop of water from a pond. Directly take water only from a pond and spread on a glass slide and observe through a microscope. Do you find a tiny organism moving around? Whenever we observe this water drop, we will find that some very tiny, बहुत छोटे छोटे microorganisms can be seen in the microscope. These observations show that water and soil are full of tiny organisms. This shows that water and soil is having fully tiny organisms. Though not all of them fall into the category of microbes, but all the tiny organisms are not microbes. These microorganisms or microbes are so small in size that they cannot be seen with the unaided eye. Unaided eye, that means without the help of any microscope or magnifying glass. Some of these, such as fungus that grows on bread. Single microorganism example is fungus that grows on bread. Can be seen with a magnifying glass. We can see it with magnifying glass. Others cannot be seen without the help of microscope. Without help of microscope, other organisms cannot be seen. That is why these are called microorganisms or microbes. For that, as I said earlier, to see that we need a microscope, so that they are called microorganisms. Microorganisms are classified into 4 major groups. These groups are bacteria, fungi, protozoa and some algae. These are common groups: bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae. But some of these common microorganisms are shown in figure 2.1 to 2.4. Viruses are also microscopic but are different from other microorganisms. Viruses are also microorganisms, but they are somewhat different from these four organisms. They, however, reproduce only inside the cell of the host organism, which may be bacterium, plant, or animal. Viruses, whenever is out of any body in the atmosphere, they cannot react. But whenever they enter the cell of any organism, that is, either it can be a bacterial organism or plant or animal. After entering the cell of this organism, virus become activate. Some of the viruses are shown in figure 2.5. Further, in figure 2.5, we'll see 2.1 to 2.5, and we can see this figure of this microorganisms. Common element like cold, influenza, and most coughs are caused by virus. These are the diseases here given which are caused by different microorganisms. So, cold, influenza, that is flu fever, and most coughs, ज़्यादातर की खांसी, are caused by virus. Serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are caused by viruses. Polio and chickenpox also caused by virus. Diseases like dysentery and malaria are caused by protozoa, that is protozoans. Dysentery, that is vomiting and loose motion, and malaria, that are caused by protozoa. Whereas typhoid and tuberculosis in other words can be said as TB, are bacterial diseases. You have learned about some of these microorganisms in class 6 and 7th already. Okay, now let's see the figures of different microorganisms. These two are figure of bacteria. These are different type of bacteria. This Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. These two are algae. Protozoa, that is amoeba and paramecium, and fungi, that is bread mold. This is the fungus which develop on the bread. Penicillium and Aspergillus. These are two figures of viruses. Where do microorganisms live? So you will have a question that we cannot see them, and where do they live? So microorganisms may be single-celled like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as many algae and fungi. माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स सिंगल सेल्ड हो सकते हैं जैसे कि बैक्टीरिया, अलगाई एंड प्रोटोजोआ, और मल्टी सेलुलर. सो डू यू नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सिंगल सेल एंड मल्टी सेल? Single celled, that means the organism itself contains only one cell. Its all the processes are performed within one cell, that are called single celled or unicellular. And the organisms like human being and plant, they carries many much more cells, that and for different activities they are having different type of cells, so these are called multicellular, such as many algae and fungi. They live in all types of environment, ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs. They can live in very cold environment up to hot springs and deserts to marshy land. वो हर जगह पर डेवलप हो सकते हैं. दे आर ऑल्सो फाउंड इनसाइड द बॉडीज ऑफ एनिमल इंक्लूडिंग ह्यूमन्स. Do you know that some bacteria and some microorganisms already present inside our body? Because as we see in this chapter's heading, that friend and foe, that means they are helpful to us also, and foe, that means they are enemy to also. So the bacteria or microorganisms which are helpful to us, which are our friends, are already present inside our body. Some microorganisms grow on other organisms while others exist freely. Some microorganisms grow on other organisms. That means they are depend on other organisms while others exist freely. Microorganisms and us. Microorganism and us, that means the relationship between we and microorganisms. Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, whereas some others are harmful and cause diseases. As we see, as I told you just before 1 minute, that some microorganisms are beneficial in many ways to us and some are harmful. Those which are harmful, they cause us diseases. Let us study about them in detail. Now we'll study different microorganisms in detail. The first is friendly microorganism. What are friendly microorganisms? Simply you can say the helpful microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for various purposes. They are used in the preparation of curd, bread, and cake. Microorganisms have been used for the production of alcohol since ages. Since ages that means बहुत पुराने टाइम से, पुराने ज़माने से अल्कोहल के प्रोडक्शन में माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स का यूज़ होता है. They are also used in cleaning up of the environment. For example, the organic waste, vegetable peel, remain of animal feces etc. जो मरे हुए प्लांट्स या एनिमल्स होते हैं, ये सबको क्लीन करने में, इन सबको कन्वर्ट करके एनवायरनमेंट को क्लीन करता है. आर ब्रोकन डाउन इनटू हार्मलेस एंड यूजेबल सब्सटेंसेस बाय बैक्टीरिया. सम बैक्टीरियाज आर डूइंग दिस वर्क. Recall that bacteria are also used in the preparation of medicine. Sometimes some bacteria are using in preparation of medicine like antibacterial medicines. In agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. In first chapter, we already see that rhizobium bacteria that converted nitrogen of the atmosphere into useful compounds of nitrogen. Making of curd and bread. You have learned in class 7 that milk is turned into curd by bacteria. That you have to remember now. Paheli is having question. I saw that my mother added a little curd to warm milk to set curd for the next day. I wonder why. Whenever we have to set curd, we add already some little amount of curd into warm milk. Curd contains several microorganisms. Even curd has microorganisms called bacteria. Of this bacterium, the bacterium named Lactobacillus. Remember that. Which are the bacteria which convert milk to curd, that is lactobacillus, that promote the formation of curd. With the help of lactobacillus, curd is being formed. It multiples in milk and convert into curd. Whenever it get mixed with milk, it multiplies itself and convert milk into curd. Bacteria are also involved in the making of cheese, pickles and many other food items. Whenever cheese, pickles and many other food items are being made, bacteria are always useful. An important ingredient of rava, that is suji, idli and bhatura, is curd. For making bhatura and rava, suji, idli, we need curd and curd is compulsory for that. Can you guess why? Because bacteria and yeast are also helpful for fermentation of rice idlis and dosa batter. Whenever bacteria or yeast are added to some items, it helps in the fermentation. Okay, remaining chapter we'll see in next lecture. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.